Now that you know the importance of having an online presence as a healthcare professional, where should you start? Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, Tumblr? Okay, first of all, don't go on Tumblr. Just don't do it. My name is Blossom. I'm a digital content marketer for healthcare and wellness professionals. And now that we talked about the why you should have an online presence, it's time to dig deep into the how, or more like the where should I begin? So before we dive into any of the social media platforms, first things first, you need a website. Let me rephrase that. You either need a website or a landing page, or essentially something that will help you capture contact information. Why? You could have 500,000 likes on Facebook and 100,000 followers on Instagram. But if you violate something, either purposely or not on purpose at all, unintentionally, your account can be gone like that. I recommend you having some type of software, whether that's a website or a plugin that captures email addresses, because that's not going anywhere. That's yours. I mean, even if, let's say, you're using MailChimp or MailerLite to capture email addresses, if something happens to either of those softwares, you probably already have a backup of all that contact information in an Excel sheet. And if you don't, hey, now's the time to do it. Just a reminder, now's the time to do it. My point is, your contact or email list is yours. Your Facebook page and your Instagram account are not. They're Facebook's, and they can be gone in a blink of an eye any second now. So you want to be on the safe side and make sure that you're building your own subscriber list with either a website or a landing page. And although it's possible to get away with having a business and not having a website, highly do not recommend it. I do not recommend it, especially if you're in the health and wellness field and you don't have a website. You look you look sketchy. Let's say that you already have some type of email capturing service that is backed up and you have access to it right now. Now what? Where should you be spending the most amount of time on social media? Well, that mainly depends on your audience. Where is your audience online and what are they engaging in? And the content that they are engaging in, can you recreate that content under your own brand and your own strategy? These are the questions that you should ask yourself before diving into any type of social media platform. Once you know the demographics of your audience, where they are online, and what type of content they're engaging in online, then you can look at the demographics of the top social media platforms. So let's start with Facebook. And I think a lot of businesses should start off with Facebook because Facebook has the most diverse demographic group compared to all the other big social media platforms. There are 2.23 billion logins every day on Facebook. With all demographic groups, except I believe 65 and older, about 50% of that demographic group is on Facebook, which is why I say it's the most diverse. One of the smaller demographic groups are teenagers. 51% does seem pretty big, but it's only a little bit over half. There are a lot of other platforms that work better with teenagers, like Instagram. Instagram boasts about 1 billion monthly active users. 72% of teenagers aged 13 to 17 actively use Instagram, much different from Facebook. Twitter is also pretty popular with the younger audience, but more for individuals in their 20s. According to Sprout Social, 40% of 18 to 29-year-olds actively use Twitter, making this the biggest demographic on Twitter. Although this is the most popular demographic, I have seen a lot of business professionals use Twitter for Twitter chats. And Twitter chats are sessions, to put it simply, there are sessions where you can chime in using the hashtag of whatever that Twitter chat is and join in on the conversation. Most times there are questions that are asked and people all around Twitter can answer those questions using that hashtag. If you're more in the business to business part of healthcare, then I would see how that would be of interest to you. But if you're doing business to consumer, I don't really see a lot of consumers using Twitter chats unless it's for networking purposes. Speaking of B2B, let's talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn is home to about 590 million users, and 33% of 30 to 49-year-olds are actively on LinkedIn. Next is Pinterest, which has about 250 million users, and Pinterest is pretty good with women. 41% of all online women use Pinterest. Since Pinterest is more like Google, Pinterest is great if you have a lot of online content and you want to reach people all throughout the US and not just in a certain location. So what about Snapchat? Snapchat for sure is for the younger audience, like 100%. 13 to 17-year-olds, great for that. 69% of Snapchat users are within the age of 13 to 17, and 68% are in 18 to 29. And then it sort of dwindles as we get older and older. And lastly, TikTok. Many of you all may be familiar with TikTok, but then again, many of y'all might not. One thing that you all should recognize is TikTok is growing pretty fast. TikTok has more than 500 million users worldwide. And in 2018, TikTok was the 4th most downloaded app, beating out both Instagram and YouTube on all downloadable app stores. TikTok used to be Musical.ly, but then it was bought out by a Chinese company and they changed the name to TikTok. 60% of users in the US that use TikTok are in between the ages of 16 and 24. So there's a bit of potential for TikTok. I don't know what they're doing with ads right now. I don't think ads are allowed, but eventually I think they're going to infiltrate that area as well. Like I've said in the beginning, there are a ton of social media platforms out there, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be on all of them. Figure out who your audience is, where they are, and then start from there. It doesn't have to be super duper complex and you don't have to have a presence everywhere, just as long as you have some type of online presence. Now I'm curious, before I close the video, I want to know, what is your favorite social media platform? As usual, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more of this type of content. And for more digital content marketing help, visit my website, blossomintowellness.com.